Guten Morgen. Don't look at my dirty dishes. Welcome to a new vlog. Es ist Sonntag. It's Sunday. I decided I'm gonna go to Shelby's and we're gonna do another readathon together. So I'm packing snacks. Work has just been crazy and I haven't felt like coming home and reading. I'm also in the middle of like a 600-page book. So that has not been very inspiring to pick up. I'm trying to dedicate the rest of my year to quality over quantity. So I've kind of just accepted I'm not gonna hit my 100 Goodreads goal, 100 books, but that's okay. I'm continuing to read the series that I'm enjoying before I forget what happened. So I'll intro my book later on today, but all this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. I'm making us some peanut butter and honey sandwiches. She's gonna laugh. I don't even know if she likes peanut butter and honey sandwiches, but it's my favorite. It's about 10:30 right now. I want to be there by 11. I really need to speed this up if I'm going to do that. And then we're probably going to read until like 6 o'clock tonight. So however many hours that is. And I know I'm going to be reading the same book the whole time. I just really need to make some progress. Shelby's couch is comfy and she keeps her AC on 65. So we put a reading ASMR on and it is excellent vibes.
Hi gays! I know there's like 6 of you now!
We call that a callback. I feel like an athleisure girly with my matching bra leggings combo.
I liked your outfit when you walked in. I was like, oh, is it new?
Thank you! It's from Old Navy. I'm on Shelby's couch. I picked up Cane's on the way here. Maybe my snacks we'll have later. I wanted to introduce the TBR finally because I think I got scared because my Kindle wasn't in here, but it's over here. I didn't introduce my books yet, so here's the current read. Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I have also been reading, tandem reading this on my Kindle because I would break a wrist if I read this the whole time. So I haven't updated my progress. I think I'm page like 150-ish. So this is the sequel to Realm Breaker, which I read in July. And I really enjoyed it, but the world is a lot. So the whole time I've been reading this, I'm like, we're gonna finally get to some action. She's gonna focus on the characters instead of the world, but we're still very much in explain every step they take into every new territory and the whole background of why they're there and everyone else that's with them. So still a bit hard to get through, which is why I've been reading it for like a month now, because it's not bad. I know once I get into it now, I'm gonna be like, this is fun, I like these characters, but it's never top of mind for me because it is a bit of a labor of love. I did bring some backup options if I just needed something short and quick and a change of pace for today. So the first one, these are both kind of spoopy, or my definition of spoopy, because I don't read a lot of horror or mysteries. I do have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which is like an iconic mystery. All the dialogue is super short, like every page. This looks like it's written in, what's that called?
Verse?
Yeah, it looks like it's written in verse. So I feel like that'd be an easy option if I need it. Also marked by PC Cast. Welcome back to the channel, St. Martin's Press. This is a vampire book from like the 2000s that I've always been interested in. And
I thought you had already read it.
No.
Never read it. Oh, too.
It's gonna be cheesy.
Oh, it's gonna be garbage.
High school, yeah, it's gonna be bad.
GARBITCH.
We are gonna start at 12, which is in 20 minutes, so Shelby's now gonna update her vlog. Do you just wanna sneak peek on mine and tell everyone what you're reading?
I'm doing mystery thrillers, horrors. I am being ambitious in the sense that I know I'm not going to read more than one of these. These are on my most anticipated of 2024 books, so I have to read them at some point this year. So I have those, but then also I'm trying to be better about reading the books I have out from my library. The one I will probably read is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager.
The time is here. We begin. Okay, we have the Rain ASMR on. For reference, I'm on page 134, 23% into my book. My goal is to read like 200 to 300 pages today. Let's go, girls.
I shockingly started with Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. It's big font and only like 350 something pages.
In the middle of the night.
So if I lock in, I can finish this in about 3 hours.
Yeah, me too. Easy. Light work. We are officially 4 hours into the readathon somehow. This is stupid because I feel like I've read 6 pages. Let's find out though. I'm on page 218, so I still haven't read 100 pages and it's been 4 hours. This book is so stupid. It's fine, it's getting better. I just hate that it took 200 pages for us to even get anywhere approaching some action, and we're not even in an action-filled section yet. This is a very journey-based series, so if you like books that are like, we have to go here, solve that, great. We have to go here, solve that, great. But the majority of the book is the journey from A to B, you would like this. I am desperate for something to happen. And we had a moment where the villains were talking to each other and he was like, I was raised in an orphanage. Wow, we're all surprised. Oh my God, that's crazy. But I was hoping we'd dive deeper into like, hey, why are you the way that you are? And it ended up just being that, and then they got interrupted. So still not a lot of substance. I'm acting like I hate it, but honestly, it's fine. I'm just so frustrated that it takes so long to read, but I'm officially over the 200s. I'm not even sure if book 3 is the last one in the series. I'm gonna look it up right now, because if this is more than a trilogy and she hasn't even released book 4 yet, that's gonna be very frustrating. By the way, compliments to the chef on the sweet tea.
Oh, you like it?
Uh-huh. Oh, I think it's only a trilogy. Okay, thank God. We got like 2 more hours, which means I'll read 30 more pages. To be honest, I haven't been locked in. I've been getting on my phone every now and then.
I took a nap.
Shelby took an 1.5 hour long nap.
Which is typical.
This needed to happen because otherwise I would not have touched this today. I'm just trying to sludge through to get to the actual fight scenes that will make this more interesting. And there was a fight scene, but it took like 2 pages and then it was over. Whatever. Now we are on the chapter of one of my favorite characters though, so this is the enemies to lover couple, I think. If there's gonna be romance, I think this girl's gonna get with the immortal guy, so I'm just like, I'm rubbing my little fly hands together like, what's gonna happen next? Also, Theo is so cute. He says this book is a good pillow. Damn, I'm kind of jealous that he makes that book look comfy.
Marcus is about to fuck up your snack bag.
Or nar. Excuse me. Excuse me.
What you got in there?
It's not for babies.
Oh, fuck.
If my hair looks crazy, I've been horizontal. It's 6 o'clock, which means we've been reading for 6 hours. I got to page 248, which is like 100 pages in 6 hours. So I guess the only thing to do is keep reading to make this feel like more of an accomplishment. Hi! Oh, like a little guy. He's so little. We read together for like an hour today.
And by read together, you read, he napped.
Yeah.
He's like, mommy. Aww.
Stormy, you look like mommy, baby. I don't think he likes being cuddled that aggressively. Anyway, I mean, the plot has thickened, but this is this kind of series where it ends off on like a, I can't believe that just happened moment in one character's perspective, and then immediately it goes to a different perspective, and then you don't get back to that perspective for like 100 more pages. So it's like edging me constantly, but not in a fun way.
2 hours later.
We're already planning our next readathon, y'all.
Say hello to him. I just like holding him because he's just like, it's like having a stuffed animal. He's like not an animal. He's just a creature. He's a critter. Are you even real? He's so cute. We just made out for like 30 minutes. Not us. I mean, okay. So I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night. It's 8 o'clock. For the past half hour, I've not been reading. I've been
And just kissing him the whole
doing
time.
that.
I finished my book.
I can feel his little heart fluttering. You finished your book, so congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I did get like 200 further into mine. I'm on page 310 now. It got good finally, but it gets good for like a chapter at a time, and then it goes back to something boring. So the pacing of it, I have to let go of my expectation that it's going to be as good as Red Queen, because it's not going to be as good as Red Queen. Red Queen is that bitch. It keeps you so engaged. Every chapter you're like, what's gonna happen next? What did that mean? Oh my god, betrayals. And this one is pretty predictable, but I know Victoria Ager is capable of really shocking plot twists and good plot building, so I really suspended my expectations in book 1 because nothing really wowed me in book 1. Still kind of have yet to see anything that wows me in this one, but we are getting some character development. There is some romance development. The stage of romance at this point is the characters will like look at each other or have like a moment and it's like, he didn't know why, but his heart stuttered. And then there's like 2 older characters and 2 younger characters, and the younger characters are like lingering around each other, and when one of them is like having an emotional day, the other will be like, do you want some tea or something? And the older characters are like, we gotta keep an eye on them in case they start fucking. And then the older characters are like weathered and been through it, and both are just like, so there was a really good line about the immortal character because he was having this like moment of absolute rage, and his line was like, the years and years of monotony and just like struggles that he's had for millennia, or however long a millennia is in centuries, boiled over. And I don't know, there's something I like so much more about these hardened characters. Maybe it's because I'm older now and I'm not relating to teenagers falling in love. I'm just rooting for them. So it started the inklings of a romance. We have yet to have any kind of actual developments there. And I'm assuming I'm probably gonna have to wait until book 3. And if there is anything, I guarantee it's also gonna be fade to black and just like they hold hands and that's it. So yeah, I'm on page 310, a little bit more than halfway.
Period.
But I'm gonna go home because it's Sunday and I'm gonna have the Sunday scaries if I get home and it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, shit, fuck, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Any closing thoughts?
I'm excited to read my next book. I read 2 books this weekend.
Good for you.
Hey, it helps that I listen to audiobooks. Like, I would not have finished my book if not for the audiobook.
Yeah, I can't do audio.
I was only locked in with the physical book for like the last 25%.
This could be a vlog by its own, or I could include some clips after this of when I actually finish this book. So either goodbye or see you in 1 second. Well, hi. This is a crazy angle because the rest of my apartment is dark. It's not even dark outside. It's like not even 7 p.m. and it's already dark. Welcome to fall. Anyway, it has been like 3 weeks since I filmed the rest of these clips. I've been slowly making my way through the rest of Blade Breaker, and the reason I'm updating is because I finished it last night. I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was not going to like this and it was gonna be a me problem because I'm having a really hard time reading. I'm having a really hard time in general. I don't think there's been a day I haven't cried in like 2 weeks. I don't want to know what that says about my mental health, but here's my full review and my thoughts. This book was more evident that it is Lord of the Rings inspired. Book 1 was good, but very much a book 1. There's not a lot of action. There is 0 romance. So going into this, my only expectation was more plot. And I got so stuck in the first half of this book. This book is like 600 pages, and the first 200 pages feel like a continuation of book 1 because it picks off right where you left off. And you're not doing much. There's no like battle scenes. There's no heart-pounding moments. It's really just continuing to go through the kingdoms that they're exploring and meeting new people and being like, we need you to join our cause. So it's more of the campaigning that really book 1 I thought would cover. But once you get past like the midway mark into the book, which is still a long way to get through the book to get to good stuff, it's when it really picks up. I did think there was a little bit too much of the villain's perspective in this book, which there's 2 villains. One of them's like the real bad guy. The other one is just like the accomplice, and the accomplice is the one that you get a lot from. And I'm wondering, do you learn more about them because maybe there's gonna be a change of heart later on, or there's gonna be some kind of plot twist? I don't know why we're let so much into this perspective of this person that is bad. And this is very much a book that takes place over weeks and months, because anytime that they're like, we're here, we have to go here, it's not like, and then they're there. It is a weeks-long journey and you feel it, and it switches to perspectives that are also doing things that take weeks to complete. So the pace of the book after the second half gets better, but there still really is that like, it feels like a journey, because you are journeying. I think that the groundwork that book 1 did to set up the world was pretty well done. I do find that I'm remembering now when they say a kingdom name. I'm like, oh yeah, that one over there with that backstory. So even though book 1 is very heavy on world building, I think it helps. It's still not like mission critical to the theme of the book or help you get anything done really. It's more of just, I like the lore of it, and there's still some kingdoms that they have not explored. I'm looking down because this map is just massive. My library book has this half covered up, but it is so fun for them to mention a city and then I'll be like, where are they going? Which one is that? I love fantasy. I love maps. If you know anything about me, you know my biggest gripe might have been that there's no romance in it, and that's a really big thing right now with romantasy as a genre. So I am pleased that Victoria is going against that. I think it's sticking to the roots of Lord of the Rings, which is very romance agnostic, and it's more about the plot and the story and the action than just kissing and smooching. So I'm very brave for having read now 2 books that have very little, almost no romance. You can start to detect in this one that there are these like buddy systems of people who are like, oh, hey lesbians. There is a female couple, but they don't survive, so thank you, Victoria. Victoria said you can have scraps. Just kidding. I can start to see the couples that are gonna couple off, if they do, because both of them are like, but we're saving the world, we can't do this. And they haven't even talked about that conversation, so it's all just implied. So I think parts of the romance can be a little bit disappointing because they'll look at each other and be like, his heart stuttered. Oh my god, what was that?
I don't know what was that, guys.
And there really aren't any independent moments with these, like, or I should say private moments between these characters where they have a tropey getting to know you kind of scene. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Like 2 characters go into battle then get wounded and then they go off and like heal each other's wounds or like help each other stitch. There's very few of those moments where each of them gets to bond with each other. They're always in the group. And so the moments that they do have are very much like people are around and sometimes they'll trade a glance. I don't know. So there's not like heart-stopping romance moments in this, which I don't think it's the intention, but I do appreciate that the characters that meld together well are kind of going that direction. It hasn't happened yet. I'm assuming book 3 is going to be very climactic in more ways than one. The one thing I will say is because it's lacking those scenes where they have those like very personal interactions, sometimes it can feel like the romance is all almost like default. Like, oh, you're just falling for that person because it's the one person your age and your experience level in battle. It's like you would be attracted to anyone who was on the same journey with you, regardless of if it was that person. But yeah, I enjoyed the second half much more than the first half. You actually finally get to the point where the good guys go to the bad guy and are fighting the bad guy. And I knew that this is only the second book in a series, so I was dreading whatever cliffhanger was gonna happen here. Thank fucking goodness book 3 is already out, because it's not a huge cliffhanger, but it was enough to make me go, okay, now what the hell are we gonna do next? So I do have that on hold at the library. Someone has it out right now, so get to it. So this is a very slow burn series, and I am impressed with myself for not automatically hating it because of that. We live in like smut talk right now where if it's not immediately gratifying, to some degree, like I probably won't enjoy it. I've kind of fallen into that trap. So the fact that it's holding my interest and I find myself thinking about it when I'm not reading it, the first half that definitely didn't happen because it took me forever to want to pick it up because it's just such a slow going read sometimes. Well, not slow per se. I just didn't find myself being like, what's gonna happen next? Because the plot of the book is not set up to make you think that until you actually get to the action later on. Oh, also, I think I'm gonna give this one 4 stars, which I gave book 1 3 stars, so it's an improvement. It is a lot to get through for a little bit of payoff. I am biased because I loved Red Queen, so I automatically wanted to give this a shot. I don't think I would have read something like this if it wasn't from this author. I would have been like, hell no, I'm not gonna read a 3-book 700-page series just so they can defeat a magician, but here I am. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I have been sitting here with a plate of pasta in front of me that I have not touched. Hold on. Anyway, that's it for this video. I know you all care very much about a singular review of the second book in a series, but thank you for staying if you did. I will catch you next time, and I have no idea when that is because I have not felt like filming lately. Sorry.